Do you want to be able to play like this? Well, make sure you stick around till the end and you'll be able to find out. What is going on, my tipsters and tricksters? Welcome home. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're going to be going over the in-game Fortnite settings for your gameplay, for the general aesthetic of the game, to make it look nice but also make the performance run smoothly. So here we go. We're going to start off with some PC background settings and just general settings or changes which will improve your input delay. We'll start off here with pressing Windows and R. It'll bring up this little tab in the bottom left called Run. And what you want to do is, obviously I've done it before, so I'll start it from scratch. So you want to search up %temp %, OK, press OK, and it will bring up this folder. All you want to do is delete every single one. This is something you can do on a daily basis, as it will build up files each day you play and each day you do something on your computer. So select them all, scroll all the way down. As you can see, I've got 107 items, 807 items selected. Left click on any one of them while they're all selected, delete, and it will come up with this. Do this for all current items, skip. All it is some of these folders and items can't be deleted as they're embedded on your PC. So it doesn't make a difference. Everything else is deleted, that's fine, that's gone. And it keeps the essential ones that you need and you can't get rid of. Back onto the home page, Windows again and R brings up the same menu. Starting from scratch, you want to search up prefetch, prefetch. Again, press OK. And it will come up with, you don't currently have permission to access this folder. Yes, we do. Press continue. And once again, you want to delete all of these. So select them all. Select one and delete. Sometimes it comes up with the skip. Yep. Do all this for current items. Skip. As you can see, there's only two that have to stay there. Once we close that, you want to go to your recycling bin, which is actually on my second monitor, which is annoying. There we go. So open up your bin. Select them all, which is one way of doing it, which takes a long time, as you can see. Or you can go up to the top here and just empty the recycling bin. Yes, and there we go. It says working on it, but it is all done. So if you come off that, as you can see, my bin is empty. If you don't want to actually go onto the bin, then you can just empty the bin by right clicking and pressing empty recycle bin. So now we've done that, we've removed all the unwanted files that we don't need on our PC and is in a way slowing us down. So now what we're going to do is we're going to load up Fortnite and jump into the in-game settings. So to start things off, we're in our creative map. Just want to go into the settings. Easy, first step. There we go. Everyone should know how to do that. And we got all these settings. If you're on PC, if you're on PS4 or Xbox, you will be limited on these settings. But I'll run through them all so it will make sense to the PC and Xbox players. We got our first set in window mode. This is only available on PC. You always want to make sure you have it on full screen. The reason for this, less input delay, more FPS, and it just helps with your overall gameplay and performance. Resolution 1920 by 1080 16:9. Keep it on that. That's the best. Otherwise, it could uncalibrate your monitor to your PC, which is not very good, once again, for performance and FPS. VSync, you want that off 100%. Frame rate, you always want to limit it. You never want to have it on unlimited. This is also all dependent on the monitor you have and the hertz it can run at. So even though I have a 180 hertz monitor, I do like to put it on 360 FPS just so all my games run smoothly and there's no kind of hitches in the game. But then again, you have got all these other settings which you can apply and the different FPSs. So the most important thing with FPS is make sure you cap it and never have it on unlimited. For rendering mode, you definitely want to have that on performance mode. As you can see down here, performance, lower graphical fidelity. That just helps with the FPS. It helps the game run smoother and the general gameplay, and the graphics maybe a little bit worse. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to get better at the game, you don't really worry about the graphics and the kind of aesthetic of the game. We've got graphics here. This is all dependent on what you want, personal preference at the end of the day. You've got brightness. You can obviously move it from left to right, how bright you want it. User interface contrast. This is kind of the brightness of the outside of the screen. So as you can see, it's very limited with this little kind of semicircles on the side. So if I lower it a little bit, they get bigger and kind of merge into the darkness of the background of the screen. I like to just have it 1.25 just in the middle, brightness all the way up. Try to nope, and 5 for the colorblind strength. User interface parallax, turn that off because it slightly helps with the FPS. It's not a dramatic change, but it definitely does help. 3D resolution, have that on 100, gives you better frames. We've got view distance, just a couple down. This depends on what PC you have and how good it is. Personally, I've got a middle-end PC, and this is what's comfortably running, and it runs smoothly, and it looks the best for me. As you can see, if I just show you my game, you can see it does look smooth. It runs smoothly when I'm moving my mouse around. So depends on your PC once again. Advanced graphics, show FPS, you want to have that on so you can see when it drops and when it's stable. Report performance stats, have that disabled because otherwise it is always just reporting your gameplay back to Epic Games, which doesn't really help with your performance and FPS. But at the end of the day, if you want to report back to Epic Games because you want to suck up to them, then by all means put it back on. We've got our game tab just at the top here. Matchmaking region, this is dependent on where you live in the world. You've obviously got auto, where it detects the lowest ping, so it will choose that automatically for you. NA East, NA Central, NA West, Europe, Oceania, Brazil, Asia, or Middle East. We stay on the game tab and we scroll all the way down to the bottom. You will find the tab replays. This is where Fortnite will use a software to record your whole game that you play when you load into a match from when you leave. And when you're actually in the match, that's when you want to get the best performance. So if you turn it off, it will boost your FPS and your performance and your gameplay, because it's not having something record your gameplay and every movement you do the whole time you're playing. So it eliminates that aspect of losing those frames. Unless you want to go over your matches and you don't stream on YouTube, Twitch, whatever, and you can't clip, then you can turn it on. But make sure you kind of keep an eye out on your FPS and the performance of your game when you're actually playing the Battle Royale game modes or whatever map you choose to play. Energy saving, I'd say just have these off. I don't know the ins and outs of it. Personally, I believe that they're kind of counting down time before it goes into the sleep timer or the sleep mode, whatever it is. So they're counting down these minutes in the background, which potentially could have an impact. Like I say, I don't know 100%, but it potentially could have an impact on the FPS or your gameplay. But if you actually want to look more into it, then search it up on the internet, on Google, however you want to look into it. So that is the end of another video on my tips and tricks channel. Make sure if you did find these tips useful and they did work, which I know they will because I tried them and they worked for me, make sure you leave a like, you subscribe, you comment if you found it useful, and comment if you want me to do anything else that you're interested in, and I'll check them out and see what I can do with those tips and tricks and find some Easter eggs maybe within those tips and tricks. But yeah, like I say, that is the end. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.